Good to go. All right. How you feeling?
Good. It was we won, so that was huge. We came in here, off San Diego, and we wanted to kind of replicate that. It wasn't quite exactly the same as San Diego, but the boys are feeling pretty good, and to start 2-0.
Is this your house?
This is our house. This is all of Rochester together. This is our house.
Yeah.
Well, can you just walk us through the fight? When did you know at least you wanted to drop the mitts and just walk us through real quick?
You never plan for it. It kind of just happens, especially being a goalie. It's kind of just, I think, seeing, my teammates, get pushed around and giving it back. And those guys go to bat for me any day of the week. And, it's some people might not like it. And, maybe it's our job to do that. But I think once we looked at each other and I think as Knighthawks, we're like 30 strong all the way from our team. Trainers, coaches, owners, staff. We're in this together. So that kind of just happened, but as a group.
Yeah. Back-to-back, obviously great starts in goal. Where's your confidence level at the start of the season right now?
I'd say it's feeling good, but there's a guy, Phil Sanderson, Bruce Codd, and Rusty Kruger. I had them as coaches. And they reminded us when we were young that there's a fine line between cocky and confident. You got to ride that fine line. So, you can be confident one week and then next week you can, come to the other end of it and you're not feeling so good. So I'd say I feel assured of myself. There's a lot of teammates, Hutchie, who's reassuring myself every time we're on the boards, practice, when we're at the hotel, when we're carpooling. What we can do, and the coaches, Dan Carey especially. Dan Carey's been instilling confidence in myself, keep me through the years. When I've been here for maybe 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of teams that fold up shop, and one injury you get through it, 2 injuries, it's not good, but I've had my fair share. So Dan Carey, a lot of the Knighthawks groups, the community of Rochester having faith in me and believing me all the way through it. So all those things kind of compound in the confidence and the security of myself, and just pushing each other. Hutchie and I push each other all the time at practice. It's a job that we're both playing, and there's only time for one guy to be playing, and selflessly, he pushes me to be the best man, best goaltender I can be. So throughout confidence in my teammates, I get in there at half. Good job, Ralph. Keep going, Ralph. I can hear them, and when they say that, there's a belief that they have in me, and I want to make sure that I never let them down, and that they're believing in me is the right thing to do, and I'll give them everything I have.
You talked about the injuries over the last couple of seasons. Certainly these first 2 games, we've seen a much more athletic game out of you, which is what your game is what you're excelling. Can you just talk about how your confidence level is right now? Because we're seeing the Rylan Hartley of old, pre-injury, in these last 2 games.
Yeah, so to that, I've always been that way. I've had some bumps in the road, and those have actually been lessons, and those have been as tough as they are. You learn something every time from something, mentally, physically. The people that are close to you, you find out who really cares about you and who's there for you, and when things are on the lows, who's reminding you. So the play of it, I feel good. That's sports. I think that what you see from me, the way I play, it'll maybe change a little bit with time, but I'm going to give everything I have in my body, in my brain. I'm going to give you everything I have to play the way I play, to put the best product out there for what I believe I can give. And on top of that, so another one is injuries, is family, being at home. They've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. So another thing with them is that's a huge thing for me to be able to play.
And one of the things that we've seen too in these first 2 games, certainly, is the defense in front of you has been a lot more aggressive. What have you seen from your defense through these first 2 games?
Our defense is is lights out from, if you go and you watch where people are shooting from, and like how hard guys are having to battle to get through the middle, how hard guys are on the other team having to battle for a loose ball, or banging bodies and all those things. I know from present past, the better the defense is, they actually get discredited. And what's going to happen, and what does happen, is it's kind of put on the goaltenders. They'll give us the credit, but they've been doing so much, and they ask where you want it from. They do everything they can. If you look in a game, like, how many times do you see a guy jump in front of a ball and they're eating him in the back, they're eating him in the chest, they got their hands out, they're trying to block shots, and I don't know if there'll ever be an interview for those guys where they're going to be in here and be like, how do you feel eating one off the chest, sore? Those guys are going to kind of not get the credit they deserve, and I know Hutchie would say the same, that those guys are the reasons that we can succeed and maybe look better than what it really is.
Gary.
Billy tried to get a really quick start on you guys, and you made, I think, 3 really big saves right at the beginning, and just kind of ignited the offense. You looked like you were completely dialed in right from the start.
Yeah. I felt going into it, getting into routine, things that I'm comfortable with, getting locked in. Usually once I'm in game mode, I got to, kind of carry it through. The offense, for them too, they're putting up big numbers, and that's also relaying back to us. They're not going to score every shift, but when we need it, they're there, and I'm glad they can fuel off it. Again, our defense are giving everything for myself.
Right.
Thank you.
Spencer.
During the week, Hazen said that you guys had to pretty much say goodbye to each other after the game in Vancouver last year. And it was a crazy offseason, not a whole lot of answers until Seneca Nation came in and purchased the team. How did it feel to be home?
Awesome. It's that feeling in Vancouver was not a good feeling. I remember being in the room, and the coaches come in and they lay that information on us, and they wear it just as heavy as us, and if not more. There's a lot of our coaches, Dan Carey, care a lot. They care to be in Rochester. They care to watch us succeed. They care to win a championship. So to be now in Rochester, after all that's gone through, a lot of credit to Dan Carey for doing what he's done. And I only know a small fraction of what's gone on and the hours that he's worked around the clock. I'm sure if I seen the actual hours, I'd be blown away. And very thankful that Seneca Nation bought our team. We had a dinner at a hotel, and for the first time in Rochester franchise I've seen the owners, and they come in and they sat at the tables, they talked to us, they reassured us. The feeling that I felt after their speech was gave me goosebumps. Their mindset is we're a family and that we're going to be in this together. They were saying through the highs, the lows, they're going to be there. And as a player, that's a good feeling to know that your owners are going to back you, and they're not just going to shy away when the going gets tough. And it was very. They were at a practice. I can't explain the feeling it is to have that feeling of such a caring ownership that wants to know what's going on with certain guys, and like what we're about. And in their speech, and what really stuck with me is they want to be a family, and they want to eat at our table, and they want us to eat at their table. And that right there, that gives you a little bit more jam, that gives you more fire, that gives you a lot more reason to play, because it's more than just the guys in the room and the coaches and the staff here. It's one big family, as well as the city of Rochester.
So you had, that long off season, and you come back here and you get this lot of energy from the crowd right away. Obviously, at the end of the game, it's going to be coming back. For the people that were there for the first time, you're probably not going to be dropping the gloves again this year. But what do you think about the atmosphere tonight is going to get people back for more, especially when you've got Buffalo coming next home game? You'll fill seats when you win. And you do see your most loyal supporters when you're not winning. But to keep winning,
is what brings people, draws them in, and then as we keep winning, in my personal opinion, we get stronger. We get more confident when you have more seats, more people cheering for you when you score a goal, when you make a save, when you win a face-off, when a guy blocks a shot, when the coaches make the right call, throwing a flag if someone's in the crease, all those things, making a power play and they execute it. Those things there, to have the fans here, to have more is what we desire, and that's what we want in Rochester, is to have more people come and support us, and we're here to play for them, and we're here to give them the best product that they can watch.